Hello, everyone. It's Jack here with KERB TV. Welcome to another lockdown lunch. We'll be cooking today with the amazing Robert from Eatla. Before we do that, I'll just let you know that we're still running our Keep the Wheels Turning campaign, which you can access on kerbfood.store. Just here. If you'd like to support Robert from Eatla or any of our other traders during these unprecedented times. So yeah, on to today's show. We're going to be cooking chicken satay with Rob from Eatla. Rob, how are you?
Very well, Jack. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very excited for this. I've been missing lots of spice in my life, so I'm quite interested to watch the process and see how the satay man does it.
Perfect. Me too. I'm excited to share to yourself and all the KERB community as well.
Awesome. And cooking alongside with you today, we've got the amazing Sam Forbes, KERB's own head of marketing. Hi, Sam.
Thanks very much, Jack. Thanks for the promotion as well.
No problem. Oh, so well, you know, it's a fluid time, you know. So you're going to be cooking along today. You went out and got all the ingredients.
Yes.
Yeah, you ready to start cooking along?
Yeah, very much so. I'm a big fan of Rob's. Been eating a lot of his food over the past few months, so yeah, I'm looking forward to eating it again. Feels like it's been a long time actually.
Awesome. Okay, so Rob, I'm going to hand over to you. If you want to just first talk through what ingredients you have, and then we can go from there. So over to you.
Perfect. Let me just kind of bring you guys down to our kind of workstation here at the moment. So essentially, we have two sections. We got one section here, which is for the sauce, and then we have a section here, which is for the actual chicken itself. So let's talk about the chicken first. So the marinade for the chicken is quite simple. We got a little bit of cumin and turmeric powder, and then here I got some thinly sliced chopped lemongrass. This is not essential if you don't have it. It'd be nice to just kind of have that kind of citrusy lemongrassy flavor. Another thing is galangal. This is like a young ginger, but it's best not to use like ginger itself. If you don't have it, you can just kind of remove that from the recipe, and then we have some small pieces of shallots or some onions will also be fine. And then here we've got some kind of pieces of chicken thigh that's been chopped into kind of 2 centimeter pieces. You can also use chicken breast as well. I just prefer the thigh because it's a little bit more kind of has a bit more flavor and it's a bit more juicy as well. And then to season it, we've got a little bit of salt and some white sugar. So I think, and then for the sauce, the satay sauce, we obviously have some toasted peanuts that's been kind of went into the food processor. Just going to break it down a little bit. And then here we have more turmeric, got lemongrass again, galangal, and then we got the shallots, and then pieces of garlic cloves. And then we got some dried chili that gives it that nice spicy flavor and some nice color as well. And then here we got like a Malaysian sugar called gula melaka. This is originated from the state of Malacca, which has a nice kind of sweetness, a good depth of flavor as well. So yeah, that's all the ingredients we have. So Sam, are you ready to gonna get cooking, mate?
Absolutely, let's go.
Cool. And if you don't have peanuts, can you substitute peanut butter or something like that?
Yes. So if you don't have peanuts, you can also use the peanut butter. Ideally, the crunchy one, just so that you have a bit of a texture. You're gonna see Sam using peanut butter today.
Cool. Awesome.
So sometimes peanut butter has sugar already, so Sam can adjust how much sugar he wants according to how sweet the peanut butter is.
Okay, great.
Cool. Ready, Sam?
Yeah, very much so. Let's go.
Cool, mate. So in that case, first off, we're gonna put the galangal and then the shallots inside our mini food processor. So we're just gonna blitz this up really quickly until it turns into like a nice paste. nice. Immediately, you can actually smell that really kind of nice fragrance, aroma. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna take like a big bowl to mix our chicken, to marinate our chicken. So inside the bowl, we're gonna add the chicken, like so, and then we're gonna scoop out our marinade, like that.
And Rob, when you started Ela, was this one of the first recipes that you wanted to do? Was this like, I have to do satay chicken?
Yeah, I mean, it's like a proper staple. You go to any kind of street food in Malaysia, you have a guy there with a long kind of barbecue, and then it just has like these kind of small skewers just kind of marinating away, and then that woof of kind of flame and that smoke. It's just a very dramatical kind of like a way of kind of cooking, and yeah. Malaysian love their satay. Cool. So after we added the chicken, the marinade, the blend of kind of lemongrass and galangal and shallots to the chicken, we're gonna add the turmeric and the galangal as well, and then we're just gonna give that a good old mix. And then we're gonna add a pinch of salt just for that flavor. A little bit of salt and a little bit of sugar as well. Not too much. You just want the sugar just so that when it goes into the pan, it'll caramelize nicely. So now that we're just gonna give that a good old mix. And then you want the blend to be quite coarse as well. You don't want it to be too fine, because when you grill this, all these pieces it's gonna almost like burn, and it's gonna give you that nice kind of charry flavor.
Okay.
I'm gonna skewer this really quickly. I know it's not the most interesting thing to see,
but let's check in on Sam. How are you doing, Sam?
Let's check in on Sam.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I just I did it in a big food processor, in a big blender. Is it quite a dry? Is it quite a dry marinade? Relatively.
Yes, it's a very dry marinade, and we want to keep it dry as well, Sam, because the drier it is, the nicer of the char that you'll get on the surface when you whack it on the grill. Also, I'll recommend using maybe a cast iron. You can also use a normal pan as well if you want, but I'll recommend using a cast iron just so that you can have that nice char when you kind of whack it onto the pan.
Got one of those for Christmas, so I'll bring it out.
Nice one, mate. All right, I'm going to remove my gloves.
Are you skewering your meat as well, or are you just going to do it straight?
I'm not going to skewer, no, because I don't have any skewers.
Okay, so that's like chicken satay 2.0.
It will still taste amazing, mate. It still tastes amazing. So there you go. There's 2 pieces of skewered satay. This is going to be ideal, like perfect for a single person, with a little bit of rice, some sauce. Fantastic meal. So, Sam, how you getting along, mate? Are you ready to do the sauce?
Doing well. The sauce and the chicken's marinating now. I'm just going to put a bit of salt in there.
Okay, and Robert, how long would you normally marinate these things for if you had a bit more time?
So these ones at the store where I serve it at, I marinate it the night before. So these are in the fridge marinating for at least kind of 10, kind of 12 hours. But if you're going to do it at home, then ideally at least like an hour, 2 hour, just so that the flavor really penetrates through.
Awesome. Okay.
Cool. So should we go on with the satay sauce?
Go for it.
Cool. All right. So satay sauce. Again, we're gonna add our garlic. We're gonna add the shallots. I'm gonna give this one a blend first because I have a small food processor for this one.
Yeah, I'm very jealous of that. It looks so cool.
Matt, this is like one of my favorite gadgets. It's like when I'm just serving for me and the missus, I just whack this small thing out and I don't have to use the big commercial one. And I can actually shake it like this as well, just to get everything mixing properly.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give this a good blitz. Oh, sorry, I've got the chili as well. So the chili, what you want to do, if you have these long ones, maybe what you want to do is give the food processor a bit of a hand. Just gonna chop it in, seed and all. I mean, if you like it spicy, then like me, I definitely want the seeds in. If not, you can just remove the seeds. So good old cut. Cool.
So, can you remind me what's in there?
So we got the shallots, we got the garlic, we got the dried chilies, and we have the galangal. If you don't have galangal, you can omit that as well. So I'm gonna give this a good old blend now.
Okay. And then what do you add next then?
So now that this is gonna blend quite finely, I'm gonna add the lemongrass now. Just add the lemongrass, and then I'm gonna blitz this again.
Okay. And so I was going to ask you, Robert, before you started Eatla, what were you before you did that? Started your business?
So before Eatla, I used to work as an architect. So I was working in the architecture industry for about 10 years, mainly on transportation and architecture. So like airports, train stations. I did a little bit of stadium as well. But and then I went to and I always wanted to kind of do one of these. I wanted to start a business that's food related. Went to one of KERB's workshop back in November 2018.
Yeah, I was there too.
You were there as well.
Yeah, I was.
And then yeah, exactly.
So weird.
And then yeah, gave me so much inspiration. Just kind of seeing some of the legends that were there already, and they also kind of invited these kind of food bloggers that has thousands of Instagram followers on Instagram, and it's going to give us an insight about what people's looking for. And they bought one of the traders, steakhouse, Lily, taught us how to kind of set up everything. That was a very eye-opening thing for me. And not long after that, a bit of planning, getting the money together, which wasn't that much, by the way. We just started it. And,
6 months later, you were just like
6 months later,
Sunday markets and doing it. Ollie's told me that there's quite a strong history of architects in KERB. Both Babaji's and Vingu were both architects as well.
Right.
So you're kind of riding the architect wave into KERB.
Yeah,
cool.
There's a lot of I know a lot of friends that were also architects that they kind of derived into doing other kind of creative stuff like music or films or creating content on YouTube. I think architecture is kind of like a profession where you just don't do things by the rules or like by the books, but it's almost like it's more like a creative kind of thinking kind of job. Yeah. So yeah, we're always trying to do new stuff.
Cool. Okay.
Is Sam ready? Sam?
Yeah. So where have you got to?
I'm still blending, mate. I was talking about my journey. give me a minute and just a good old blend.
Sorry, I interrupt, but it's nice to have those market chats, like get back into it, distracting you.
Okay. So, and then once you blended all the kind of almost like wet ingredient, you can also add the turmeric as well. Go easy on this one, mate. Maybe like, I don't know, half a tablespoon or something, because you just want the slight kind of color and the flavor of the turmeric, but you don't want it too much because it would be bitter. Get that good old
you just
blitz.
put the camera back onto the
sorry, mate.
No, it's okay.
I was admiring my own face too much. Cool. Okay. So that's basically like the paste that we're going to be using to cook the satay sauce. What you want to do is probably, I'm just going to move this over here. And then I think I'm going to take you over to the hob now, and we can start cooking.
Awesome.
Cool. All right, Sam, we're going to start cooking now, mate. To whoever's watching, I'm going to turn on the extractor fan. So I apologize if it's a little bit noisy. Okay, let's take a look here. How's that, Jack? Can you see?
Yeah, that's great. Awesome.
Cool. So I have 2 pans here. I got one for the satay sauce. Because the satay sauce is it's quite thick, so we don't need to have like a high kind of saucepan. So something like this with a little bit of maybe like a 2-inch kind of side is perfect, because we want to reduce the sauce quite quickly as well and get it thick. And then for the satay, to mimic the kind of char that we have on a barbecue, I'll recommend a cast iron. So I think what we're going to do first is start cooking the chicken. We'll put both heat on together. So first, the cast iron, we want it on full whack until it's going to get really nice and smoky. And then the other one for the satay, we'll probably put it on high as well, maybe kind of medium high.
Okay.
So we're just going to put, go for it, Jack.
Yeah. No, go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, so for the satay, we're just going to put it on the side, let the cast iron pan heat up. And then for the satay sauce, I'm just going to put a dash of oil. You can use groundnut oil or kind of like a less flavored oil, but I'm using olive oil because I don't mind it. I quite like it actually. And then we're going to heat that up. Once that's heated up, we're going to start toasting the paste. Just going to wake up all the ingredients and all the flavors and kind of get everything kind of getting to know each other a little bit better. Do you have any questions, Jack, while I'm waiting for the pan to heat up?
I was thinking, for most people, I think satay chicken is like quite a common thing in like a lot of different types of like Asian restaurants, or like if someone's gone to Wagamama or all of those kind of places, it might be like the only kind of thing that they might know about Malaysian food. Like what kind of like the influences on Malaysian food, or like the kind of iconic flavors that kind of guide Malaysian food?
Sure. So Malaysian, like people that's been to Malaysia before, they know that Malaysia is a mixture of different cultures. So there's the native, the Malays, they've got the Chinese, got the Indians, got the Nyonyas, which was like a mix of the Malays and the Chinese together. So, and because Malaysia is quite central to kind of Southeast Asia, like in Thailand and Indonesia, so they kind of like it's almost like kind of pick and mixing, the best of different cultures, and then they kind of bring it to themselves. So it's really difficult to say, what is Malaysian cuisine, because it's so vast. But there's a lot of spices. If you go up north, where it's closer to Thailand, they use a lot of like, even more lemongrass, kaffir lime leaves, which is what I use for my coconut chicken. To kind of bring that nice kind of citrusy flavor. You go down south, you have more kind of like spice heavy kind of dishes. So yeah, it's a mix. That's what's so fascinating about Malaysian cuisine. So okay, guys. So you can see that the cast iron is a little bit smoky now. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to put a little bit of oil on the pan, and then I'm going to put this on right there. And you really want that sizzle. All of that sizzle that's going to give you that nice charry flavor.
Cool.
So now that this one is heated up as well, I'm going to take this paste, I'm going to whack it in there and let this toast up nicely as well.
Awesome. I think we're just going to switch to Sam and see how he's doing with his pans. Sam, do you want to just flip your phone down a little bit? Or your camera?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. That's great.
So I'm just putting the satay in the skillet here.
Nice sizzle.
And it smells unbelievable.
And your pan is the right color as well, which is great.
Pan is definitely the right color. Yeah, it matches perfectly.
Okay.
So we're
cool.
just letting this cook off here, right?
Yeah, we'll go back to Robert now.
Yeah.
So, how's it going?
Sam?
And then we're putting the paste into the other pan, right?
Yeah. So the other pan, we're gonna have it on kind of like a medium high, and then we're just gonna toast up the paste that we made for the satay. So once we kind of whack the satay onto the cast iron, we're just gonna keep an eye on it. So once it's kind of got that initial char, we can actually kind of turn it back down to kind of medium. Good. We want to slowly kind of cook the chicken now. This will take about kind of 10 minutes for the chicken to kind of cook nicely and get moist.
Are you turning them, or are you just letting them cook?
So this one, what I want is the initial char first. So like here, that's a nice char that I have now on the chicken.
Perfect.
So now it's a good time to kind of give it a good old flip. So just gonna give that a bit of a flip. And then we're just gonna keep an eye on it and control the heat while we're cooking up the satay sauce.
Okay. Cool. Sam, do you want to show us your char on your chicken if you've got any?
You want to see the char, Jack?
Yeah, I want to see your char, mate.
There we go.
Oh yeah, look at that.
There you go. Banging.
That looks great.
Looks wicked.
I mean, the colours.
Okay, so beautiful colour, man. Beautiful colour.
So, Rob, how did you land on which dishes you specialised in then? What was the thought process behind that? Because I imagine there's quite a catalogue to choose from.
Yeah, I mean, like right from the get-go, I know satay was going to be on the menu because, as I was saying to Jack earlier, it's such a staple kind of dish. So I definitely know that the satay was going on. And then my wife, she's actually from northeast Malaysia, in a place called Galangal, which is where our coconut chickens originated from.
Yeah.
So and also the rice is blue as well. So we wanted to bring something different. We didn't want to bring the usual kind of Malaysian food that people already know in London, like nasi lemak or like nasi lemak or laksa and stuff like that. So we wanted to kind of bring something a little bit different. And blue rice is a very kind of quirky kind of thing. To be honest, at the beginning, I was like, no one's gonna eat anything blue. No one. I was like, I was convinced that no one's gonna. I'm gonna go to KERB the first day, and everyone's like blue. I was like, next. And,
because it's different, and like there's not many foods that are kind of colored in that way. So your initial, for a lot of people, like initial reaction or instinct is, oh, that's different. I'm not really sure what that's going to be. How do you get that blue color in your rice?
So blue color. So my rice, I buy these kind of dry butterfly pea flour. Give me a minute, guys. We're gonna carry on cooking first. I'm gonna put the now that we have the paste toasted a little bit, we're gonna add the peanut, mate. Give that a bit of a toasty as well. Gonna give that a bit of a mix. So if you toasted the peanuts yourself, and then you also blended it, it will release some oil as well, which is also going to add a nice kind of flavor to the sauce. So what I want here now is add a little bit more oil, because this oil is going to be flavored with all the ingredients in here already, and it's going to be even more delicious. It's almost like a curry on top of like an Indian curry. There's like a layer of oil on top, and that's what you want. We're gonna carry on looking after our.
So if you are adding peanut butter instead of nuts, like what stage would you still add it at this stage?
Or we wouldn't add it at this stage. So now I'm gonna add some water to it. Just gonna loosen it up and make it into a sauce. So the peanut butter would go in after we've added the water.
Cool.
So we're just gonna give this a good old on maybe kind of medium low. Gonna give this a nice toast up, and then once that's kind of nice and toasted, we're gonna add some water. Jack, I still remember your question about the blue rice. I'm not keeping it a secret, but I'm just gonna focus on the sauce first, and then I'll tell you a little bit about how I make the rice.
I think it's charring meat and cooking a paste from scratch at the same time. That's a lot of concentration. I would like zoning in right now.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, it's like with satay chicken, even if it's a little bit burnt, it's actually quite nice because we're going to be adding some sugar to the sauce. The sweetness almost kind of counters the kind of bitterness of the charred flavor of the satay.
Yeah,
So
awesome.
it's all cool as well. So we're gonna keep that on like a medium heat now, and then we're gonna add a little bit of water now.
So obviously this is
Gonna
something
add,
something you cook on your stall like regularly. When
yeah, exactly.
when was there a point where you were like, oh my god, this is actually a business I can do all the time? Like, where was that moment that you were like, I need to do this more often every day?
To be honest with you, Jack, it's that stage actually came kind of probably after I kind of started the business. Because I before doing this full time, I actually did it kind of part time for about kind of 2 months. So I had like maybe like three or four kind of trading experience. So by the kind of third or fourth one, I thought, you know, I could kind of make this into a full time profession. And then KERB approached me asking me if I wanted to do the incubator program. And to be honest, at that point, I was still struggling with it. I was like, am I ready to kind of give up this job that I've been working for 10 years and do street food? Um, but we thought about it. I had a chat with the missus about it, and then in kind of August, we thought it was time. So we just took the leap, and we just kind of thought the worst case scenario. What's going to happen is
Yeah.
that it's a complete flop. I fail completely, and then I just sell everything, and then go back to architecture.
Yeah.
So that's
So
the worst case scenario.
so you hadn't put a kind of global pandemic into the business plan.
Say that again.
You hadn't put a global pandemic into the business plan. You hadn't prepared for
No,
that.
no, not at all, not at all. But if this is if this is how to say it, like a blessing in disguise, really. I mean, yes, it's very difficult for me at the moment, but at the beginning of this pandemic, I was like, oh damn, what am I gonna do, kind of thing. And then
Yeah.
I saw a quote from one of the Mark Cuban, an American entrepreneur, and he said this is an opportunity for you to kind of step back and see where you want to do, where you want to go in your business, and it's also an opportunity to kind of innovate and try new things as well.
Yeah.
And if it sticks, that's a new kind of revenue for you for the
Yeah.
business. So that's what I've been doing. I've been trying new things. Just gonna testing things out and see where it goes from there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I am at the moment.
So in terms of your like swivel, like you're kind of doing something else. You're selling sauces, you're selling like meal kits. Where can people get those things?
Yeah. So again, sometimes I think you might think that I'm quite optimistic, but sometimes I'm quite pessimistic as well. When I started this whole online jar selling business, I was like, no one's gonna buy sambal, no one's gonna buy it. And then I'm just really fortunate and grateful that there's a few people that bought it, and then they spread the message, and then other people started buying it, and this is also a good opportunity for me to kind of communicate with my people that follows me on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
And really get to know the people that I'm serving on a day-to-day basis, and some I could even say friends now.
So people can go onto your website and like order meal kits and sauces from you.
Yeah, so at the moment we only have the sambal, the coconut paste, the satay sauce, and the rendang paste. The rice box, I did a soft launch last week, and that all went. So at the moment I'm just waiting for kind of new supplies, like packaging supplies, to come in before I actually launch it live on the website that everyone can buy. Because it's something that I've never done before, and I want to make sure that I get it right before I actually make it live to everyone, to the public.
Yeah. Okay. So how's the sauce looking now?
Cool. Sauce is looking good, so I'm gonna bring you guys back down here. So you can see that the satay is charring up nicely. A little bit dark, but that's all good. And then the sauce this here. So what we want is like a nice kind of thick consistency. So this is gonna be reducing for a little bit longer. So at this point, what we could do is just add a pinch of salt, maybe 2.
Yeah.
Is that a good old mix?
And Sam, how's your sauce looking? Let's have a look at your sauce.
It's looking good. Can you see that?
Yeah.
The color looks good, mate. The color looks good.
Yeah, I definitely put my peanut butter in a bit prematurely, but I think that's okay.
Okay, great.
Cool. So at this point, I think it's a good time for us to kind of add the gula melaka.
Okay. So this is the sugar from the Malacca Islands, is that right?
Yeah, this is the sugar from Malacca. The sugar is so famous over there that they actually named it after the state. So,
Yeah.
So when I went to Malaysia a few years back, I was there and I got a few blocks. And I'll show you how it looks like in its original form.
And as a replacement,
it comes in like a cube like this.
Oh wow!
It almost looks like one of those commercial charcoals, and it's super hard. So that's why I have it in a pestle mortar to kind of pound it down. So now it's going to add the sugar, and we're going to let that dissolve. And this is going to give you that nice sweet flavor. Do that good old mix in, keeping it on medium.
I can just use regular brown sugar for this.
Yeah, regular brown sugar is fine. White sugar is also fine.
It's like one of those things to do to taste, right? I guess, you know, if you're using peanut butter, it might have some sugar in it already, so you could just to see how, should it be quite sweet or should it be quite balanced?
Correct. So yeah, as Shaq was saying, if you're using peanut butter at home, there's sugar in there already, so you might want to just add this sugar incrementally, just to taste it. Maybe you like it really sweet, then you can go, you know, I'll put a lot in it. I'm going to give the sauce a bit of a taste now. Oh, this batch is definitely spicy.
Awesome. That's what people want, you know. So many people come on to Incubator. I remember having this conversation with you, like when you first started, and you were a bit scared of like people having like the authentic spicy kind of sambal and dishes with it.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember Alex from Ugly Duck. Bless Alex, I love that guy. He's gonna be here on Friday as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gonna be doing his.
Yeah, I remember he telling me, he said, "Rob, your sambal is ridiculous. What did he say? He said, it's ridiculous." He said it was a white guy telling an Asian guy that the sambal is not spicy enough. I was like, all right, okay, I'm gonna. And then from that day on, whenever I'm making my sambal, I have one image in my head, which is to blow Alex's head off.
Okay, great. That's so funny. Sam, how's your sauce doing? Do you want to taste a little bit? Tell us the flavor notes and profiles, like we're doing a wine tasting.
Delicious. I'm getting a bit of sweetness, nuttiness. I'm getting pecans and hazelnuts in here as well, which is a bit weird. Because this is the only peanut butter I can find. But apart from that, it's delicious. Getting that heat as well.
Awesome.
Sometimes what I do with the sauce is I add a little bit of the coconut milk as well, just gonna give that extra decadency. So you have a little bit of coconut milk and put a dash in, and that will kind of make things that extra creamy. I think my chicken is almost done. I'm gonna take it out from the pan to rest a bit.
Do you want to show us, like on the camera, how charred it is? Because I can see from here.
It's pretty charred, but you know it's not burnt. You know, there you go.
Yeah, it's like perfect balance. That looks so good.
Because I really like the like once you kind of cook the chicken like this with the cumin, that cumin flavor really kind of comes out, and I just love that. I really love the kind of charred kind of cumin flavor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give the satay sauce a little bit more of a taste. See if I need a little bit more sugar or salt. I think in terms of sweetness, that's good. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more salt. And then, so for the satay sauce, it also has a little bit of a tangy flavor as well, which is from tamarind extract. Give me 1 minute. I'm just going to bring that out.
Jack had something interesting to say about tamarind recently.
Yeah. I was thinking, if you can't find tamarind, in your supermarket or in your kind of like corner shop, the thing that I thought most people would probably have that has tamarind is HP sauce, brown sauce, which has tamarind in it.
Yeah, you can also use a dash of the HP sauce. That's really interesting you say that, actually. I was watching this program the other day. I forgot where it was, and they actually recommended putting a little bit of HP sauce as well if you don't have the tamarind.
Yeah,
but if you do, this is the one I use. You can get that. You can not necessarily this brand, but you can get kind of tamarind paste or extract in kind of most supermarkets now. I got this one from Siwu in Greenwich, and we maybe just kind of want to have maybe half a tablespoon maybe.
Yeah.
And just gonna have that nice kind of tanginess as well.
Yeah.
Gonna give this a bit of a stir up.
It's giving it that kind of like acidic kind of like
exactly
on the tongue.
Exactly. So you can see that Malaysian cuisine, there's a lot of ingredients which provides a lot of depth of flavor. So I'm gonna give this a try again. I think we're almost there, mate.
Cool.
Maybe a little bit more salt. And then that is it. Simple as that. And then we're gonna turn this off now, and then we're gonna kind of let it cool down a little bit. This sauce is actually quite nice when it's slightly cooled. When all the flavor just kind of calms down and it just goes really nice. So how you looking, Sam? How's it going, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. I think I'm with you.
Cool, brother. So I think I'm gonna start plating up a little bit, if that's okay.
Great.
Go for it.
Cool.
I want to see it. I want to see the final thing. So I was gonna ask you, Robert, what are you missing most about being on the street?
Man, everything. It's like for people that hasn't done street food before, this is hard work. We spend a lot of hours especially when it's raining. We get completely drenched. But I kind of miss that I miss the day-to-day kind of operation where I kind of get into my van, drive to the markets, set up, meeting all the market managers, meeting all the traders. That's one of the. I mean, especially like on a weekend, I know everyone quite well at the market, so I go over, I have a good chat with them. They give me some food, I give them some food. It's that kind of human interaction that I really miss. But I'm still trying to keep that up. Kind of virtually online kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a different experience.
Yeah. Hopefully by the end of 2020 we'll be back. We'll have that opportunity.
2020, Jack.
Well, you don't know. So for the meantime, we've got to do stuff like this, which is fun. You kind of interact with people in just a different way. It's fun.
Yeah, and it's an absolute pleasure to be invited today as well. I'm just going to go over there, kind of plate up, and then I'm going to show you guys the final.
Okay, go for
plate.
So Sam, how have you found cooking this today?
It's been it's been amazing. Quite a when you look back at it, it's quite a simple dish, isn't it? But and actually, I had all of the ingredients just tucked away in my cupboard somewhere. So it's amazing what you can do with it.
Yeah. You could have diverged into those other cuisines that Robert was saying. Yeah. What was that, Robert?
I forgot about your question about how we make the rice blue.
Oh yeah.
So I basically buy these a flour called butterfly pea flour, not like a bread flour, like actual flour, like a blossoming flour. And I basically blend it with dry lemongrass, dry kaffir lime leaves, and dry pandan into like a powdery form like this.
Okay.
And I basically cook it with the rice. Before, how they do in Malaysia is that they actually soak the soak the flour in hot water, and they boil it, and then they basically just going to treat it like tea, where it's going to slowly just infuse and then make the water into blue. But when you're cooking like 100 odd portions at the market, it's really difficult for me to kind of do that.
Yeah.
So I just blend everything in powder form, and it still has the kind of flavor of all the herbs, and also has that signature blueness as well.
Cool. Okay, so let's see how you're playing this up.
Cool. So I think I'm gonna bring it over here. Sorry guys, it might be a little bit messy, but I don't have a full film crew here working with me, so bear with me. All right, let's bring this down here. Okay, so for people who know as eaten at my food store at the market, they know that I have this. I serve the rice like in a pyramid, and this is paying homage to rice in Malaysia, where they basically wrap it in banana leaf into like a pyramid, and this is just like a take that we want to bring. And then afterwards, we're just gonna take 2 pieces of the satay chicken, just lay it over like that. Perfect. And then what you want to do is have this with a little bit of a chili sauce. So bit of a plug here, guys, but this is the sambal that I do. So this will be really nice, add a nice spice to the dish. So I'm just going to add it there on the side. And then we also have, so at the store, I actually serve some fresh cucumber and fresh red cabbage with this. But I also have like a pickle that I made with kaffir lime leaf and lemongrass as well, which cuts through this kind of nice rich sauce. So I'm just going to put it over there like that. And then I'm going to spoon over some of the sauce.
Awesome. And so if you don't have your own pyramid mold at home, where can you get one?
I bought this from Amazon for a few quid.
Oh, really?
It was like, it was the day before we trade for the very first time. Mel bought this for me, and she's like, you should use this. And I was like, okay then. That was how it is, really.
That's awesome. Okay, so it's easy to get. That's cool.
Easy to get, yeah. Or you can just use like a bowl if you want.
Yeah.
And then what you want to do is just spoon over the satay sauce. There you go. So if you added coconut milk to this would be like really creamy.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of short on that at the moment, so unfortunately I can't use it.
Still looks delicious.
And that's it. That's it, guys. And at the store, what I also do is I put a little bit of a fermented fish sauce called budu. I actually have some actually.
Okay. Well, whilst you find that, let's also have a little look at how Sam's doing.
I'm quite impressed with myself, I have to say, Jack.
Say again.
I'm quite impressed with myself, Jack.
Let's show it. Oh wow, that looks great.
Oh, even I ain't got a cucumber as well.
I found a tub.
Yeah, so professional, and a beautiful plate as well.
I love your plate, mate.
Yeah.
I love your plate. Was that from Habitat? Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah, you can say that. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, you're right. So we were right.
Yeah. You know where I spend my time, mate.
Okay, so let's see both of you eating a little bit of the chicken satay.
Sure.
With pleasure.
It looks so good. I'm so hungry right now. Right.
There you go, guys. That's it. So chicken.
Looks great. Okay. And Sam, how's yours?
I can't believe I cooked that. Thank you, Rob.
You're very welcome, mate. No problem at all.
It's so good.
Okay. So, so Sam, you're gonna be setting up a rival Malaysian food stall when we get back in the real world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
I know all the tricks now, Rob.
Okay. Well,
I need to come find you now.
Thank you so much for joining us, both of you, especially Rob for teaching and for Sam for learning so well. Yeah, like you were saying, Rob, you can get all of your sources on your website, and I guess you can also DM you on Instagram just for more information about those kind of things.
Yes.
Cool.
DM me on Instagram, or go. The link is also in the bio in my Instagram profile. So yeah, I'm always happy to talk.
Okay, cool. And what do you say when you start a meal in Malaysia?
We don't say that much, actually.
You don't say anything?
Begin. Yeah,
Okay.
we're not very polite like the Japanese that say "itadakimasu," or like the French that say "bon appetit." We just dig right into it.
Okay,
it's like
cool.
we don't need your politeness. We're just gonna go straight in and eat before it gets cold.
We kind of did that already, so that's perfect. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll see you soon.
Take care, guys. Stay safe.
Bye. Cheers.
Okay. Bye, Sam. So thank you for joining us today. I am desperate to go buy some chicken right now and make that dish. You can this video will be on our YouTube channel, so you can refer back to it. There's a list of ingredients as well. If you want to support Rob or any of our traders, you can go to kerbfood.store, which is just here, to support them during these tough times. And also tomorrow we have the amazing Swati from Coriander Nonstop, and we're going to be making poha together. So if you want to cook along with us, you can see that video on our YouTube channel for the list of ingredients. I think a lot of the things you might have in your cupboard, like some oil, maybe mustard seeds, green chili, the only thing you might need is flaked rice or flattened rice. So if you know there's a good kind of deli or well-stocked corner shop or off license around the corner, go have a look and see if they've got it. I'll be cooking along, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.